Hello everyone, I am Parker, and I will continue to open mind in the previous lecture. So the birth of a child is, first and foremost, willingly accepted by the parents. Regardless of any justifications, this is a fact. Secondly, the birth of a child can bring a harmonious relationship to the family, but at the same time it can also bring forth many challenges and issues from the time of a child's birth until they reach an understanding. Parents have no reason to demand anything from their child. It is the responsibility and duty of parents to raise and educate their children. This point is explicitly stated in the laws of any country. The significant question arises: as parents, they must raise and educate their children, but who do these children belong to once they grow up? Many people do not understand this question, and some have even argued with me when discussing it, saying that there is no sense of ownership involved. In reality, it does exist, but many people are simply turning a blind eye to it. All parents believe that since they have raised their children, the children naturally belong to them. However, this question becomes significant because when children grow up, they will venture into society to strive for their own success and independent living. So the question is, at that time, do the children still belong to their parents? If children belong solely to their parents, then why would parents have a reason to let their children venture into society and face challenges they could just provide for them directly? So why do parents allow their children to gain experience, become independent, and even expect them to take care of them in their old age or provide financial support? Why is that? This is similar to a big tree which represents your family. As parents, when your child grows up and becomes an adult, they are like the fruit of that tree. Once the fruit is ripe, you have no reason and no way to keep it on your tree. It needs its soil and has to grow into another big tree. Therefore, in the relationship between children and parents, many people do not understand how this sense of ownership works. After children grow up and enter society and establish their independent families, they cannot wholeheartedly belong to their parents and serve them as they did when they were young. They have to take responsibility for themselves and the families they create. They can no longer rely on their parents entirely. It is not realistic at this stage. Family affection manifests in various forms, or we can call it issues that arise. So we must be clear: a child's life belongs to themselves, not to any parents. This is a conceptual issue in many countries, including some Southeast Asian countries. This traditional belief remains unchanged as their society develops. However, the problem is that it is wrong. You cannot treat children as your private property. Once children grow up and become adults, they must go out into society, strive for themselves, have their own families, and live independently. Secondly, children are the hope of the family. The
tomorrow